What the fuck is up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of Game Alternatives. In this case, it's going to be mod alternatives for Sins of Solar Empire Rebellion, changing things up a little bit. This one's going to be a little bit shorter because we're talking about mods and there's not that much to say for them, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So, in no real order, we're going to start with Sins of the Prophets. So this one, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I play this one a lot. It's kind of my go-to mod for Sins of the Prophets. Sins of the Solar Empire, basically calling the game Sins of the Prophets because that's the main mod that I play for it. This one is a Halo mod. It converts the entire game into the Halo universe. All the ships are very Halo-like. They come straight out of the book. I'm pretty sure it's very like lore friendly. I don't think any of it's like fan generated. I know some of the mods for Sins of Solar Empire, they have like fan created stuff. I don't think that's the case with this one, but this one, if the main draw for it for me is I like Halo. I like a challenge for RTS games, especially one that I play so much. Like I play Sins of Solar Empire so much that just playing on regular difficulty isn't fun for me. It's just it's basically a waste of time to play on that difficulty. And Sins of the Prophets takes the hardest difficulty and it's like times 5. If you put the Flood on, it's like times 20. So it's a very challenging mod and it's very Halo friendly. So if you're into Halo and you like challenges, then you're gonna love this one. If you don't like challenges, you'll still like it. You just turn the difficulty down. It's not that, it's not that hard on lower difficulties, but if you really like challenges, they have some pretty absurd difficulties for you. So highly recommend checking that one out if you're into that type of stuff. Moving on to the second one, Dawn of the Reapers. This one is just kind of basically, for me, it's just like a nostalgia thing. Like, I really love the Mass Effect series, and I've always wanted a Mass Effect RTS game where you can, like, take command of the Alliance fleet or something like that and go and take on, like, the Batarians or whatever, some race. And in this case, you can't really do that. There's only like 3 races right now, the Council, Cerberus, and Reapers. But it's still fun to play if you're a Mass Effect fan. It brings back, like, if you're like me and you haven't played Mass Effect in a while, because I've played it a couple times, and it's just, you play a game so much it gets to the point to where you don't want to play it again. And it brings back the Mass Effect feel, brings back the nostalgia. So it's definitely one of those ones that you want to check out if you're a Mass Effect fan. It's not that big of a challenge right now. I think they're actually still working on the mod itself. Like, I don't think it's a complete release. It might still be an alpha. I'm not too sure on that. It can get a little bit difficult when you're at the hardest difficulty, but I cannot wait for the full release of this mod. Like, I'm expecting something like and by the way, I don't know if it's released or not yet. I don't know which version I have. I don't keep up to date with the mods like most people do. I just play whatever version I have, and then I go and occasionally check out and see if there's a new version. I have not checked it. I probably should have while I was recording this, but I'm too lazy to do that. I don't know if there's a full release of it yet, but what I'm kind of expecting from the full release is to get that Mass Effect feel. Like, you're not gonna win. The Reapers are so powerful. There's so many of them. It's just, you're not gonna be able to win. And it's very, I'm expecting a challenge very along the lines of Sins of the Prophets when the mod fully releases. So I think that's gonna be the case when it releases, because that's kind of like how Mass Effect was. It was kind of very grim and okay, everyone's gonna die, and that's kind of like how Halo is too. So hopefully it's gonna turn into a really challenging mod. So I do recommend checking that one out, even though, like I said, I don't know if it's an alpha still or not. Even if it still is an alpha, the version that I have is very playable. It's a very nice mod. It's not really broken or anything. You can play it and you can have fun playing it, and like I said, it brings back that Mass Effect nostalgia. Cucklord from the future here. They actually just released version 1.5 or .5, whatever you want to call it. Moving on to number 3. This one was kind of hard for me to choose because there's so many that I play, but there's still that core 3 or 4 that I always just go to whenever I'm bored and want to play something. And it's hard to choose between these two, but Star Trek Armada 3, and I'll just say, for the sake of really enjoying the other mod too, we'll say Sins of a Galactic Empire gets an honorable mention, I guess, because that's a really good Star Wars mod. I really like that one. There's that one, if you're really into huge, massive fleet battles and you're a fan of the Star Wars universe, that one is really fun to play. But back to the main one that I want to talk about, Star Trek Armada 3. Now, I don't know when the what time frame the mod is in. I'm not too into Star Trek. I've seen all the TV shows, I've seen all the movies, but I'm not like a massive, like, I'm not a Trekkie, I guess that's what they're called. I have no clue. I'm not like too sure what the time frame is for it, but you know, you've got all the ships. You've got all the ships. I'm a horrible fucking sci-fi fan. You've got all the fucking ships from Star Trek, but you've got like the Enterprise, stuff like that. The cool thing about this one is it has captains, so you can have, or not captains, heroes. I think that's what they're calling them, heroes. I'm gonna call them captains because that's what they are. They're captains. But this one has captains, so you can call in Captain Janeway from Star Trek. Wow, I can't believe I just fucking forgot that name. Star Trek Voyager. Jesus Christ. You can call in Captain Picard from Next Generation, and then I think you can call in the Defiant from Deep Space Nine. Jesus, I almost fucked that name up, but I think there's one more that you can call in, and then I believe, I can't remember, but I think there's one other thing that they had. This one does present kind of a challenge to you as well if you want to play against the Borg and put it on the hardest difficulty. The reason why I keep bringing up the challenge thing is because that's one of the reasons why I play RTS a lot. If you want to challenge with this one, put on the Borg, put it on the highest difficulty. It is retardedly hard. Like, it's exactly how you imagined that it would be. Those are the 3 mods, basically. Like I said, there's not too much to say for the mods, because they're mods. It's really amazing what some mods can do for game. But, you know, well, fucking whatever. You know, if you don't like it, fucking leave a dislike. If you like it, whatever, leave a fucking like. I don't fucking know. I don't run your life, all right? Do I look like I run your life? Maybe I want to run your life. I don't fucking know. I'm just droning on now. Jesus fucking Christ. Would you subscribe or something? Like, fuck. What are you still doing here? The download links are going to be in the description. I'm going to go ahead and end this before I say something that I might regret, or probably won't regret, because I don't care. But who the fuck knows? Fucking subscribe.
What the fuck is up, cucks and cuckettes? Welcome to another episode of Why Would You Play That? Different person here, obviously. I'm not Dix. Did give him the name Dix Picks. Did that make me cool? Probably fucking not. He's got like, what, 1,200 subscribers. Today you can call me Johnny Q-Tip.